So this video is for anyone who's trying to build something, whether it's a business, whether it's a project, whether you are a student. So every morning you're waking up and you say to yourself, yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to get a lot done today. I'm going to be so productive. And you have set of tasks that you want to accomplish, you want to do. And suddenly everything else becomes so much more important, like texting that friend or just checking YouTube one more time, or the laundry or cooking. And before you know it, the whole day has gone by and you still did not get on with this thing. And the evening comes and you start beating yourself up. You say to yourself, well, I just wasted the whole day. What is wrong with me? Maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. And if that is the case, if you are stop, start all the time, you sit down and as soon as things are getting good, you get going, you stop again. And if this is your experience, then this video is going to help you to understand why this is happening. And let me just add a little hint. This is not a laziness problem. This is not a discipline problem. And this is not a motivation problem. And then I'm also going to give you some tips for you to understand and for you to override this. Hi, my name is Shay. If we have not met before, I'm a traditionally trained therapist and I now coach people who are stuck in self doubt, procrastination, and I get them from not moving into taking action towards their goals and towards their dreams. So, to add a little side note, this video is going to help you to understand how intelligent your system is and how hard it is trying to protect you from a presumed threat. And after watching this, you're going to move on from these self beating thoughts and you're going to start having so much more compassion for yourself. So let's get on with it. So, this is exactly what happened the other day. I was seeing a client, and this lady is in the midst of building her own business. She's a high achiever, she's a quite intelligent, smart person. And she said to me, some days I am really productive, I will get on with a lot, and I'm going to feel really good at the end of the day. And then there are those other days I will come home after I drop the kids to school and I will just sit on that sofa and that will be it. I am not getting off that sofa. And then at the end of the day, she starts beating herself up. She starts saying, there's a problem with me. I am lazy. I am not disciplined. I am not motivated enough. I'm not cut out to run this business. And you know that chatter that we tend to have, like the monkey chatter that just keeps going on? She has all of that, right? And when I told her that, you know what this problem is, she was like, no, like, I think I'm just being lazy. I need to just get on with it. And the light bulb went off in her mind when we started talking about what is actually happening in her body. And so her whole attitude changed towards this stop, start pattern she was experiencing. We have our mind and we put a lot of weight on our mind. We think we can control what we are doing through our minds, right? And if I just kind of say to myself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I should be able to do it because I am kind of deciding with my mind. But what people don't realize, there's actually a bigger player in the game, which is your nervous system. Your nervous system is always going to override your mind. And what is your nervous system? It became this such a buzzword that people use, but no one really seems to fully explain it or really understand it. Your nervous system is essentially your body's memory system, okay? And your body, as well as your mind, holds on to memories. So if you have experienced rejection in the past, this is not only just written in your mind as a memory, this also has been imprinted in your body. And every time a similar situation occurs where you might get rejected again, your body responds before your mind ever catches up. So, this is why a lot of the time we are experiencing these things that we can't really fully understand because it is not available to us on a conscious level. Like, we're not consciously aware of these things because our body decided before our mind really had anything to say. And the only purpose for this is that your body is just trying to essentially protect you. And it doesn't really differentiate whether it is a physical danger or whether it is a emotional danger. It kind of groups it all together. And if there's a risk where you might be rejected, where you might feel bad about yourself, or that you might end up feeling like a failure, your body is going to pick up on that. And then what it does is so interesting. It will literally reduce your physical functions to a point that you don't even want to do this thing anymore. And the way it does it like this. So I'll tell you what I used to experience a lot in the past before I started to kind of really work with my nervous system. I really wanted to build my own business and start coaching people. I've been working as a therapist for years and I loved it, but I just wanted to kind of take a slightly different route. And as soon as I would sit down, anything to do with my business, suddenly I would just get really tired. And I did have enough sleep. I exercised in the morning, like I had a good breakfast, but I am sitting at the computer and I am excited. And I am kind of like going to get on with my website. I'm going to contact clients. I'm going to do this, do that. I'm going to do my videos. And I would sit down and that would be it. I'm like, oh, I just want to fall asleep now. And for so long, I couldn't really understand what that was about. And when I started learning more about what is actually happening inside of my body, I got to understand that doing anything to do with my business could possibly lead to rejection, could possibly lead to failure, and my system deemed straight away this is not safe, it's too ambiguous, too uncertain, too much work. And then my brain would send the signals through the vagus nerve, which controls all of our kind of breathing, our digestion, and it goes into shutdown. The body goes into shutdown. Literally, you know, the state that you go into just before you fall asleep, where your bodily functions are reduced. So your heart rate has been reduced. So your breathing kind of slows down and your digestion slows down. This is exactly what is happening inside your body every time your body deems this is not safe, there's a risk involved here, we're not doing this, let's slow down the functions. So, on the outside, this is what you are experiencing. Every time you are sitting down to do something important for you, whatever that might be for you. For me, it was starting my business. For you, that might be a project, that might be studying. Your body is sending these signals, so your functions, so your bodily functions are being reduced. And on the outside, it looks like procrastination. It looks like tiredness, heaviness. It looks like, oh, I just want to sleep. I don't want to do anything. So it isn't your mind. Your mind is not a problem here. What is happening is that your body already decided before your mind caught up with it. And then all your mind does, it starts to monkey chatter and it starts to give meanings to what you are experiencing. And this is when you start labeling yourself as, I am not disciplined, I am not motivated enough, I'm not cut out for this, I'm not good enough. Because mind is trying to make sense of what the heck is going on here. So now we've got that right. How do you get over this problem? So essentially, what you're trying to do is to get yourself from what we call a freeze state. So this is when you are in freeze, okay, because you kind of inactionable. Okay, you're stuck. Even though you're awake, you're not sleeping, but your system is frozen and it is stopping you from getting on with that thing that is actually really important for you. So, to get over this freeze, there are a few things you can do, and it isn't kind of magic and fireworks, but if you do what I'm going to tell you, it will 100% work. And this is how I am getting to do these videos. This is how I am getting to sit down at my work and just get stuff done. Okay. And it's going to sound a little bit strange, but it is actually small movements. That's all you need. When your body is in a freeze zone, it needs to know that you are safe to move again. So we do this by small wiggling your hands, wiggling your fingers, and kind of really breaking down the tasks so that your system is not overwhelmed. Because as your system realizes that you can do small things and that you are okay, it will start to get into action again. And if you want to know more, I actually created a short audio course. It's only 45 minutes. So I talk about this process from beginning to the end. And I created a safe action guide, which tells you exactly what you need to do in order to get out of freeze. And if you find this video helpful, and if I described your experience, give it a thumbs up and see you in the next video.